They call me Superman. Beat tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now. Got no ring on his finger now. I never let another chick bring me down in a relationship.
Hey everybody, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today just to do a little chit chat about what's going on in the news and a couple stories that I wanted to talk about, basically like to give an update on. And the first one is the Keith Lamont Smith. You know, this is the guy that was shot in Charlotte. Today I watched the video with his wife, and man, all I can say is when I was watching that, y'all, I started crying because all I could think about is, you know, those two, they said that they had been together, he and his wife, for over 25 years. They had 7 kids. And when I was sitting there watching it and thinking about this woman filming the death of her husband, it was too much. You think about when you love someone, it's your man. You think about all the years that you spent together raising kids and, you know, having a home and a life together, and the times you laid in bed and you talked about things, you discussed what was going on in the family, you know, your bills, just laying in the bed talking like couples do. And then to see that man, you know, laying on the ground there, motionless, and all those police officers swarmed over him. And I'm pretty sure she could see the blood just leaking out of his body. It was too much, y'all. It was too much. And I don't know how she did it, like, because when those 4 shots rang out, I think I would have dropped the camera and I would have been screaming hysterically. I know me. I don't think I would have filmed it. But what I know is this: in today's world, you know, we have to be able, when we get into situations like that, and if we have a camera, be able to film what's going on, what's happening to us, because they're not going to believe us, you know. So this woman had the wherewithal to not only film the murder of her husband, but to even ask them, you know, ask someone, did they call the paramedics? You know, she was very calm, because I don't think I could take it. I'm not built that strong. And you know, now they're saying that that police chief is not planning on um releasing that tape, and it makes you wonder why. Because if he had a gun, like they said he did, show it on television. You know, just quell all the rumors, show it on television. This is what we found under him. He didn't have a book, he had this. You know, because right now it's the family that's showing a video, and they're saying that he had a book. Police are saying that he had a gun. It's their words against each other. And I don't know, for her to be standing there saying he had just taken his medicine and that he had a traumatic brain injury that, you know, was from a motorcycle accident that he had about a year and a half ago. It was, y'all, that was just too much. No woman should have to stand and watch the police, you know, murder her husband. Now, I know we're going to have these damn trolls on here that's going to say, well, the police told him to drop the gun. The police told him, and they wouldn't have been saying that if he didn't have a gun in his hand, and he had a record, and, you know, all that bullshit they say. I'm so tired of hearing about it, because when they happened upon the scene, they didn't know all that. And we just had a fucking New York bomber bomb and hurt these people, and then they rolled this motherfucker on the way, you know, because they needed from him, you know, to pick his brain. So they didn't want to kill him. But this black man that you happened upon, that you didn't know anything about, you know, it was okay to kill him, y'all. And that poor woman, my heart, it just goes out to her and those 7 kids of theirs. It just goes out. And then moving on from that one, you know, it's the Terrence Crutcher. Officer Betty. You know, they said that that bitch was arrested, and charged with manslaughter. But within a couple hours, she was out on bond, so she's not even in jail. Now, in this one, the man clearly had his hands up. You couldn't hear any audio what he was saying to them. All you know is that those two officers followed him to his car. He had his hands raised, and they're saying that he went to reach for something, but the video shows that his window was up. Then you got them fucking cops up in the air in the helicopter, which one of them they said was Officer Betty's husband. Okay, that was her husband up in the helicopter. Now they said it wasn't him. They said he looks like a bad dude, but he was up there giving commentary too. Now those officers on the ground, they didn't have radio contact with the ones up in the helicopter, so they say. But then this woman, you know, feels it necessary to shoot this man and take his life. And he got his hands up. They said he was acting erratically. She claims that she's studied drugs, and he appeared to have been on PCP. Then after he was dead, I'm going to say that again, after he was dead, then the very drug that she said that he was on suddenly appeared in his car. Now, they said he didn't have any weapons when they gave their first press conference. Now, don't you think in that press conference they would have mentioned, and we didn't find any weapons, but we did find PCP. Y'all, we know that they plant shit on people. What was his name when he said about sprinkling the crack? They shoot shit out of him and sprinkle the crack on them. Y'all know it's a joke that has been said many years, but we know that joke has a root of truth to it. We've seen it, y'all. We've seen it. We've seen them do it. We know they do it. White America doesn't know that they do it, but we know that they do it. So, Mr. Crutcher, he's gone. Taken away from his family. That's 2 black men. I'm telling y'all, I said in one of my videos that I truly believe that the KKK and the white supremacists have infiltrated the police. I believe that it started decades ago. I believe now that they are fully entrenched in the police force, and this is what we're seeing. This is the result of all that hatred being there. They're not there to serve and protect us. I think in both of those states they had an open carry law. So even if they had a weapon, they live in a state where it is legal to carry one. Now I have to check my facts. I know here in Ohio it's open carry, but hell, they shot the shit out of Tamir Rice. They shot the guy John in Walmart. I can't think of his last name, but I know his first name was John. They shot him in Walmart. This was the guy that was walking around Walmart, and he had picked up, I think, a BB gun there in the store. And somebody called the police, and they shot the shit out that man and killed him, that young man. So it's open carry for them. It's not open carry for us. They can go out and shoot deer and, do all that they want to do, but it ain't open carry for us. I don't know. Both of these stories, it's a lot of these stories that have really, really touched me in a way that when I watch them, I'm actually crying. Like, these are my family members, my husband, my child. I'm crying like deep, It's too much. And I honestly don't think it's ever going to change. I got to get off those stories because just thinking about them, it gets you all teary-eyed. And, I cried enough today for those 2 families. They are definitely going to be in my prayers because, and then they keep playing this stuff over and over and over on television. And these families have got to see this, their loved ones murdered over and over and over again. I don't, So I would be somewhere sedated, because I wouldn't have been able to take it. So I'm going to get off those stories because, again, it gets you really, really teary-eyed and you don't really know what to do. Let's move on to this damn Brad and Angelina. Now, they claim, earlier this week that, Angelina had filed for divorce. They said that a couple of reasons were, one, allegedly she had found out he was cheating, and because she hired a private investigator. And I'm sorry, y'all, I just took some medicine, so I'm kind of woozy. So I'm losing my train of thought because it's kicking in. This is really funny, but yeah, they said that if she found out that he was cheating, and then they also said, you know how we heard that the he was being investigated for child abuse? Well, what they said had happened is that Angelina and him had been arguing really bad. And it got so bad that their 14-year-old son, Maddox, jumped up in defense of his mother. And I guess him and Brad came toe to toe. Now, I think this is their child together. Now, I'm not a big Angelina Jolie fan. I think she's kind of odd. She's done some weird things in the past. But what I will say is this: when we are mothers and, we love our children, even if it's the father, if he does something that we think is, outrageous, especially if they were fighting, maybe that was the last straw for her. Maybe, things, arguments and Maddox jumping in had happened before, but this may be the first time that Brad actually put his hands on him. And maybe for her, that was the last straw. Now, again, I don't really like this chick, but in a case like that, as a mother, I can kind of understand that. If she felt that it had gone to a point where there's no return, whatever happened on that plane, it shook her to the point where the next day she actually filed for a divorce, and the bitch wasn't playing because she actually filed for it. And then next thing you know, we started hearing all this stuff about Brad, that he was drunk and he had been smoking marijuana and all kinds of stuff. So maybe Brad just flipped out and beat Maddox's ass on the plane. Now, I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just, thinking about what could have happened to make her actually file for divorce. So what I'm saying is, if it's about her kids and that's why she did it, and I hope this chick is not lying, exaggerating the truth, because some of them will do that. But if it's about her child, then I'm 100% behind her, because I could not stand and watch someone, you know, whoop up my child if my child was trying to defend me, because you literally was argumentative and things that gotten to the point where the child felt like it was, necessary to step in. So in their case, I hope this works out for the kids, because once this divorce is final, it affects the kids. The parents are done with each other, but those kids, they hurt. They don't know what side to be on. They love mommy, they love daddy, and they're caught in the middle. So in this story, I feel sorry for the now kids. The last thing is, y'all, I was at the library today, and when I tell y'all, these kids, it's the library, y'all. While y'all up there jumping all on couches and acting a damn fool, it's the library. Y'all, I'm up there trying to get some paperwork done for some things that I need to get faxed. I'm making copies and blah, blah, blah. I done fucking sliced the cord off my copier, scanner, printer at home. So now I'm forced to go to the library. I'm up there with these little chitlins, these little bugaboos, badass kids. So I'm sitting there. They are literally jumping, flipping. It was girls, like 13, 14-year-old girls. They came into the little area that I was in, they came in with noise and funk. Do these kids wear deodorant? Before they came in, the room was, just cool, and we sitting there, me and a couple men that were a little bit older, and doing things on laptops and everything. These kids just come in screaming and hollering, flipping all over shit, and funky. I wanted to say, you know what, one of y'all needs some goddamn deodorant, because your arms smell like Funyuns. But so I'm sitting there, and they making all this noise, throwing each other, pulling out some of the book racks. They was acting a fool. So I look at them all crazy, and one of them, now it's a group of girls, she look at me like, yeah, bitch, you got something to say? So I said, do y'all see us sitting here? It's quiet. This is the library. Could y'all like bring the volume down just a little bit? Like Bring it down just a little bit. We in the library. Basically, she kind of told me off and mind my business and all this. I said, look, it's not about minding my business. When you came here with all this noise, you made it my business because we are all sitting here and it's quiet. Well, eventually I just said, fuck it. I don't want to be up there getting my ass whooped by no 13 or 14-year-old. Y'all know my spine. It's fucked up. But I would have gave it to her like once. Like if she'd have looked like she was going to hit me, I probably would have only got one hit in. But when I tell y'all, the one hit that I got would have been the best that I could give her, and I would have tried my best. Now she probably would fuck me up after that. My spine jacked up. She would have hit me. I would have folded up like a damn piece of paper. But these kids are, man, they are disrespectful, and I don't know who raised these kids. Then they'll have no respect. But y'all, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to come in and shoot the shit. Again, I haven't been on camera. I got a lot going on, y'all. A lot going on. I'm working on my little issues with my spine and all that stuff, child. That's why when I sit in the chair, I'm kind of moving around because I can't sit still. I got to move my back. It seems like when I'm in one position, when I get up, I'm creaky. So I move around. I'm in a rocking chair too. It's just I'm sitting forward in the rocking chair. The next video. So this is me. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.